that we all want? What is it that we all want? What is it that a white American family want? I would say that they, first of all, would love for their dreams to come true. They would love to have the wherewithal to say that life has been wonderful here during their time here. Wonderful for them as individuals, as a couple if they're married, and one of a family, an extended family if they have children. They would love for their friends and those that they know to enjoy life to the fullest. They love to be able to worship, have a career, something to keep them busy, and to reap rewards from that friendship, from that worshipship, from that employmentship. And they love to live a good life, a prosperous life, and die in their sleep without any pain or suffering. That's a good description of the life that white people want, free from crime and violence and terrorism and war. Now I ask, what is it that a black American family wants? Well, a black American family would want, first of all, to realize their dreams, to be able to live a fruitful and prosperous life as an individual, and as a couple if they're married. And they love to have the wherewithal to raise children and have them educated and have available to them the essentials and whatever might be necessary in life. They like to have their friends and their neighborhoods and everybody living in peace, prosperous, without crime or violence. They love to have a worship of their choosing. They love to have careers of their choosing, and love to live an exciting, wonderful life. They too would like to die in their sleep without pain and suffering, similar to or as the white family. But what is it, if I extend it a little bit, what is it that America wants for its citizens? Well, America wants its citizens to be prosperous, live in peace, have a wonderful life experiencing their dreams. America would love for its citizens to be able to have a worshipship of their choosing, careers of their choosing, and that the families throughout the nation would all live in peace and be prosperous, that they can worship as they see fit without the threat of terrorism and war. And likewise, America would like for the citizens to die as they choose in their sleep, without much pain and suffering. What is it that, if I may extend that a little differently or broader, what is it that other nations of the world want? Well, other nations of the world would like for about their people to live in peace, to be prosperous, and for their dreams to come true. Other nations of the world would want the families to be able to have careers of their choosing, to be free from crime and violence and terrorism and war, to live a wonderful life, and to be able to die in their sleep without any pain or suffering. So now we see that people everywhere want the same thing. The problem seems to occur when you ask the question, how do you satisfy the white family, the black family, American families, and families of the world? What mechanism can one exercise in order